Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Rob's Little Blue Book. And hey, Paul and Serena. A little bit of housekeeping first, or just a reminder. So the stream is going to be the first 2 Wednesdays of every month, which means there are 5 Wednesdays in this month, which is March. So there won't be a stream on the 29th. It will be on the first Wednesday of April. I don't know what day that is. Just so everybody knows. Okay, so tonight we are doing Korean street food, and this was a request, so I went down the rabbit hole looking up, oh yeah, first and third, oops. Serena's correct, it's the first and third Wednesdays of the month, but it's definitely the first 2 streams of the month, right? Technically the truth. Okay, mic's a little hot. So I went down the Korean street food rabbit hole because somebody asked, I don't remember who, and it was really fun. I discovered all kinds of amazing things to make. I thought I had hit the jackpot. I found this video and it was titled, it was a Korean street food video and it was Korean, so the translation wasn't that great, but it was a chicken, hamburger, and steak cheeseburger concoction thing, and I was like, that is right up my alley. I mean, chicken and steak and hamburger, and anyway, but it turns out it was 3 different burgers with different preparations, so I was a little disappointed because the whole concept sounds awesome and maybe I'll just make it up one day and do it, but yeah, oh my god, Paul. Anyway, so I'm not doing that, but I found lots of other things to make, and I had a real trouble trying to like pick one thing. So I didn't. I picked 3. So we're gonna do 3 Korean street food things tonight. We are gonna do tteokbokki, and you have to say that fast, otherwise it's I have no idea how to pronounce it. Every video I saw was done by somebody who was Korean, and they said it so fast I couldn't get the pronunciation down. So tteokbokki. Right? See, there you go. We're going to do kimbap, which is easy to pronounce and there's only 6 letters. And at the very end, we are going to do Korean street toast, which just looks awesome. So, without further ado, let's get into this a little bit. I lost my, hang on. I want my good wipes. What do we got here? Well, yeah, that'll do. I'm back. Okay. There's a lot of ground to cover, so I'm just going to kind of like, we're going to go through this. These are actually really simple dishes to do, especially the first one. So we're going to do the tteokbokki first because it's got to simmer for a bit, and then while that's simmering and getting ready, we're going to move on to the other things. So I actually don't think I need this just yet. So let's get that going first. Pot. So we're going to start with, this is a liter of mushroom stock. You could use vegetable stock. You could use just water here. You could use any kind of stock you want. I happen to have mushroom stock, and you'll see why I wanted to use mushroom later. By the way, this is a really simple dish. Okay, like all of these dishes are simple. That's part of their appeal. And I don't even have recipes for this. I'm just going based on the notes and what I saw. So if you have any questions, ask me. I'm kind of eyeballing quantities based on all the videos. All the research I did was just people walking the streets of Korea. South Korea, obviously. And so I just kind of eyeball this. These are rice cakes. You can get them like long tubes like this. You can also get like split little disc ones, but I think these are better. This is what I saw. So these go in, and we're gonna move a little bit quick tonight. Maybe not. I don't know. Like, it's been a week for me, so that looks about right. And we also want. Okay. So the other thing I learned about. North Korean street food, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that. The other thing I learned about Korean cooking is they like sweet. The amount of sweet we are going to use tonight in these various dishes would make a McDonald's food scientist blush. Okay, it's crazy. Now you can sweeten you could do a simple syrup in here. You could add straight syrup. I'm going to use blue agave syrup because I'm trying to pretend that adding this much sweetener to something is somehow going to be healthy, so I'm going to use blue agave syrup. We are going to use sugar later, but you'll see why. I'm going to be generous here, give it a couple of good squirts. I saw street vendors doing this in like a simple syrup, like one to one sugar to stock or water. It was nuts. So we're going to get that going. Now that has to come to a boil. Is that all that has to go in here? Kind of wish I'd started this in the back burner. Didn't get myself in a room here tonight, guys. So we're going to put this off to the side to come to a boil while I prep the rest of the stuff. It's going to come to a boil. What are we going to prep next? Oh, fish cake. So if you want to do this vegan, you can. You could use like an extra firm fried tofu here. Yeah, exactly. You could use extra firm tofu. You could use tofu sheets, which I couldn't find. They look so cool. I saw them, one vendor using them. It's like sheets of fried tofu that you can cut up almost like almost like a tortilla. However, you can also use fish cakes, and I couldn't resist this because I don't know if you guys can see. This was a hit item, so I'm really curious. So we're gonna do fish cakes. I'm just gonna cut this off. Oh, so I don't know if you can see on the package. It's got like little things inside. I was hoping they would be in there, but they're not. It's just regular little stuff. So I'm gonna cut up some of this. This appears to have some kind of it does. It's got like a casing on it. Bizarre, man. I've never used fish cakes like this before. I normally buy them. Oh, this is boiling already. Hang on. Sorry, I normally buy them like frozen, but this was a hit item, so it's got to be right. And I'm just gonna cut up enough for our. And it does smell very fishy. This is actually probably a time when you guys wish. It's probably good that we don't have the fish cam. I'm going to make this pretty hearty, and again, I'm just eyeballing the things. And I'm going to leave these... Yeah. Oh, hey, hey, Ellie. Doesn't it look disconcerting? It's raw, so I would taste it, but it's very strict on the package that you're supposed to cook it first. I found a lot of the things I saw when I was doing research into the Korean street food were disconcerting. What do you think? Do you think that's enough for like whatever we're doing here? It does look weird. I'm gonna go with yes, and just get this in cooking too. Oops. As I said. And then we talked about the cleaver, right, guys? It's like the main cooking implement thing. Okay, I'm going to get this burner plugged in and going back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simmer this in the back burner after we get it going. But we still have some more things to add. So do I have to chop anything else for this? Fish cake, mushroom powder, green onion. Where'd my green onion go? So we're going to prep a little green onion here. Again, since I was at my favorite okay, wow, I'm missing the chat here. It does look weird, yes. I am cooking for me, I guess, for a while. As I said, when I was watching the videos, they were all like, this is not the best green onions. They were all giant cauldrons of stuff, so I'm trying to like replicate what I saw. Anyway, we're gonna do green onion. Which I'm not going to put in yet, but I'm going to cut while I have the cutting board out. These are the big green onions. Every time I go to my Korean place, they always have like the giant green onions, and I think they're kind of cool. Wow, it's really boiling. Okay, and that's not enough green onion. I want more. I want more green onion. And to have some, look at the size of this sucker. It's got this weird thing on it. Can't take off. Well, yes. We can think of this dish as a homage to Everything All at Once. Okay, I want to get some color. So this dish does have a beautiful color once we get going, and I really want to get the color in there because that is also disconcerting. All right, so I'm going to put the green onion in now. Normally I would put this in a little bit more towards the end, but I want to get this out of the way, so in it goes. I'm just going to go over here temporarily, and we're going to bring this back front and center. Yeah, Ellie, those are, oh, this actually went off. Oops. So those are large green onions. They're Asian. I mean, you can't normally get them at, they don't have those at like Loblaws. Wow, I've made a lot here. Well, whatever, it's a lot, right? Okay, so now we want gochujang, which is Korean red pepper paste. You can buy this anywhere. We're not going to be shy with this. This actually, this stuff isn't super spicy. So you want about a lot-ish. I'm going to stir that in and see how that looks. I have underestimated the size of this pot here already, I can tell. Oh, those are fish cakes. They look like this. Well, they look like twice this. It is a hit item. Fish cake. You can also buy them frozen, but that just didn't seem nearly as fun. Okay, so now we're getting a much better color here from our gochujang. And the other thing I'm going to add is a little gochugaru. So gochugaru is Korean red pepper powder. It comes in two versions, a fine and a coarse. Buy the fine. I don't know what the coarse is for, and I bought it by accident once, and now I have a lot of it. But I'm gonna like, again, this is spicy, but I'm gonna go with my gut here and use a lot. Oh, and there's another thing I want to like. Another cool thing we're gonna do here. We're going to add some soy, a little bit of soy. Oh, hit a fish cake, sprayed it everywhere. Awesome. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to add, so here you have a choice. I would normally give this a good slug of MSG, but one of the vendors I saw was vendors. Are they vendors? They're vendors. Was using mushroom powder. I couldn't find mushroom powder, but I figured we could make some. Let's move this off to the side to like simmer. Get it. We're gonna grate it into here. This thing. So I figured we'd make some mushroom powder. So mushroom powder is basically, if you're squeamish about MSG, this does the same thing, but it's like 20 times as expensive. But I'm going to grate a good chunk of this, and this is just straight up shiitake mushroom. We're going to grate it into a powder. It has this amazing umami blast to it, which you can get way easier from a pinch of MSG, but I thought I would try it. And I want like, ooh, actually, snorting mushroom powder. It's really strong. This is why I started with the mushroom stock, by the way. I have no idea if they'll complement each other, but I suspect they will. I want about 2 tablespoons. I don't know if you guys can see. There we go. In it goes. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So let's get this all stirred up. And you can make this thick or thin. It's entirely up to you. Just realized I'm going to have to ask Serena to bring cutlery down at some point because I didn't bring any down. However, okay, this is actually exactly the consistency I want. I want it a little thicker. I prefer this a little bit thicker. So, Ellie, they have to be dried shiitake mushrooms. So you get these in any Asian market, but they're hard, right? I don't think you can dry your own. Okay, now this literally goes on the back burner to simmer. Whoa, let's not dump it. Well, we move on to other things. Okay. Yes, I mean, isn't that the best thing about this dish? Is just so you pile everything into the pot and let it simmer, then you eat it later. Love that. Okay, so next. Okay, so the other thing about tteokbokki is apparently you never eat it on its own. You always serve a bowl of it with something. I saw it served with like dumplings that looked like gyoza, and I almost made gyoza, but we did that already. So I decided on kimbap, which is kind of like it's kind of like sushi if you were in a hurry. You'll see when we get into it. So we're gonna do that next. And I got my notes here. I have to do the carrot first. This carrot was out to remind me that I needed to do something with the carrot first. So I'm just gonna peel. Where's my cutting board? I'm gonna peel the carrot real quick, and I'll show you a little trick. And we have to julienne this sucker. And I actually need a bunch of carrots, so I'm gonna save this guy. Okay. And I need about half of this for later. Perfect. Okay. You stay there. This doesn't have to be like a super fine julienne. I kind of want this to be... I don't know if you guys can see how thick I'm cutting it here. I'll show you when I'm done. Make sure I don't actually cut my fingers off here. So they're about like this thick. So they're kind of like, oh my God, we're into the like audio puns now. We're just gonna go like this. I almost wonder, do I have enough carrot? Yeah, I'm not gonna make a ton of these. Make more of this later. The reason I want to do the carrots first is we're going to salt the carrots and we're going to let these sit in a bowl while I prep the rest of the ingredients, which will both season them and draw some of the moisture out of the carrots. Yeah, that's it, kind of. What's this guy? So the only thing I did ahead of time, you guys can see it over there, is I blanched the spinach because I couldn't figure out how to do like the water and everything all at once. Okay, so somebody remind me, I got these carrots behind me. We're gonna need them. Let's get on to the next thing. Oh, yes, we're gonna do the spinaches next. Okay. Do I want to do the rice next? Let's do the rice next. The rice is next. I mean, so the rice pot was pretty hot. Thank you for the reminder. Just gonna give this like a little bit of a fluff here. This is way too much rice for what I want to do, but let's just take some of it. This is still really hot, actually. That'll probably be enough for what we want to do tonight. Okay, so I did the rice in advance. Yes, you're right. Yeah, I did the rice in advance. Where's my sesame oil? Okay, the other thing that features very strongly in... no, there's nothing special about this rice. You do want a short grain rice, like a sushi rice. This is jasmine rice. You could use Calrose. And yes, I do wash my rice. I actually just do it in the... Like, if you want to know, really. Ah, this is hot. I put the rice in here. And I just, like I'm panning for gold, I just run cold water and dump it out each time until it runs clear, and then I put it in the rice cooker. That's my, I don't know if that's a life hack, but that's the way I cook my rice. The other thing that features really heavily in Korean cooking, of course, is sesame oil. So we're going to season this rice with a little sesame oil, well, a lot actually. Maybe a little more. And just in case sesame oil wasn't enough, we're going to use sesame seeds in the rice. Oh, more than that. Yeah, I know, it's not really a little. You do, it's a very sesame forward flavor. We need those again later. Now, you don't want to like mash your rice. We just want to like cut this in, like kind of be gentle with it, right? Like, don't mash it into a paste. Okay. My more than a little, I can tell just from the smell that I have too much oil. I know I said use a lot, but I can just tell from the consistency and the smell that it is going to be too heavy. So I'm just going to dilute it a little more. As I say, guys, I'm kind of eyeballing quantities and methods and stuff. But that is our rice mixture. And we've just cut it in nice and gentle. No rush. Carrots are behind me. Thanks for the reminder. And what's next? The spinach. Oh, and this is where we get to like, this is where we get to the tip for this week. So the spinach also gets sesame oil. The Koreans have you still want a decent chunk. And it also gets sesame seeds. Koreans have a word called sonmat. And I'm sure I didn't pronounce that right either, but, you know, cut me some slack. And sesame seeds. Which means taste from the hands. Yes, Carolyn, that was the other thing I did in advance. This is just blanched for like 40 seconds and then shocked and pressed. Yeah. Okay, let's back up to the spinach. The spinach was just blanched for 40 seconds, 45 seconds. Shocked in cold water, and then squeezed out. That's it. I had to do that in advance. We're gonna add a little salt to this. We're gonna add a little pepper. Sonmat means taste from the hands, and just about every Korean person I saw preparing it. Now on the street they use gloves. It's a little different, but everybody I saw doing this in the home was using their bare hands, and it's actually, some Korean scientists did a study, but the heat from your hands brings everything up to a nice blending temperature for the flavors, and it actually does increase the flavor. And I suspect that is true for most kinds of cooking. So when you're cooking at home and like your hands are clean and whatnot, you know, you can use your hands. Get in there, dig in there. It gives you a really good sense of what your food is doing. The textures are really important. It's a connection with the food you can't get any other way. Okay, so are we clear on the spinach? I'm gonna pause here and have a sip of my cocktail while we resolve the spinach issue. The spinach was blanched, shocked, and squeezed. We good? Okay. The other thing too, guys, with the this dish, what we've just made here, is you could. I'm not going to. Today's cocktail, Ellie, is I'll explain in a sec. Give me one sec to finish the spinach. if you chop some garlic into this and just toss it, it would be wonderful to eat just like this. I'm not going to because it doesn't fit the flavor profile of what we're going to use it for, but you could whip this up anytime. And now a word from our sponsor. Okay, it's not really a sponsor. This is a cocktail in the Negroni style. So a Negroni is Campari. A real Negroni is, what the hell is it? Oh, it's gin. Do you know the story of the Negroni? Real quick, Count Negroni went in to get his favorite cocktail, which is normally soda, Campari, and the other one. Somebody help me out here. Nope, it's gone. Oh, vermouth, sweet vermouth. And he wanted a stronger drink. No, Serena's got the next part though. Anyway, I guess Negroni wasn't satisfied with the strength of the cocktail, so he had the bartender substitute the soda for gin. The Negroni was born. However, it turns out that like most cocktails, you can vary the base spirit and make really great cocktails. So I like the Negroni style cocktail. I like Campari and vermouth. It's bitter. It's nice to have before you're eating. And in this case, the base spirit is brandy. And we did this a few weeks ago when I used cognac. You can use cognac too. I don't know about something like rum, but anyway, or tequila. It might be weird, but so far I'm getting pretty good results. Okay, moving right along because we're going to run out of, well, we won't run out of time because there's no time limit. This is also for, this is Dan Muji. This is Korean pickled radish. You'll have to go to an Asian store to get it. Sorry guys, that's just the way it is. And we want like that much. You'll see when we get through this that you could probably substitute kind of like anything you wanted. And again, we want these about the same size as our carrots. No idea how much I need, so I'm going to do like that much. I am all over the place tonight. It's sweet vermouth. It is floppy, so it's pickled. It's soft. It's yeah, you get it pre-pickled in a package. I think it's daikon actually. It's like pickled daikon, but the Korean version, not the Japanese version. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Anyway, I don't know, guys. This is street food. We're all over the place tonight. It's fine. There's no rules. You'll see, this will all make sense, by the way, when we start actually assembling this. It is very tasty. So how am I going to do? How am I going to do this? Like, I don't know. Don't know. I want my like, yeah. Maybe I can put the spinach on this thing. Yeah. There we go. Okay, where are the carrots? Oh no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know where they are. Okay, so then the other thing we need too is it wouldn't be like a sushi style thing without nori. So we've got some nori here. I don't know, how am I gonna make? I'm gonna make like, I'm not gonna make a ton of these. Let's just do 8 to start. So you get your sheet of nori. We are going to cut it into quarters. Oh, these are, it looks amazing. The whatchamacallit stuff looks great. Tabuki, say it fast with me. Okay. Okay. So now we've got our nori. Are we actually ready to assemble these? And it goes shiny side down. That's important, guys, nori. What was I gonna say? Shiny side down is important to roll these up. They won't seal up. So let me just put them the right way. And yeah, we're ready. We're ready. Okay, so here's how it goes. Just like sushi, get some of your rice, and you just mush it on. Now you don't want to do your first little bit here. Here, you need that to like roll up and seal. And again, you don't have to. This isn't You don't need like a sushi roller. You don't need a mat, anything like that. This is way more rustic than that. Where'd the carrots go? Oh, you know what we didn't do? Shit. Hang on, guys. We gotta pause. We gotta saute these carrots super quick. They need to be, you can see they've shed all their liquid. Let's just get these in here. I need the neutral oil. You know what, we'll do it in ghee. This is for later, but I'm gonna use it now. Another low-fat treat, right, guys? Okay, we need like 2 seconds to saute the carrots. I knew I was forgetting something. Can you guys see the saute thing? Not really, right? Running it over here. Let's move this over. There we go. Look at the color on those carrots. They look great. So we're gonna take just a couple minutes. You don't need like a, we just want to soften these slightly. I don't want like, I don't want them raw. And don't do what we're doing tonight, which is the speed version of sauteing. This is just ripping, and I hope it's not interfering with the mic. Any questions so far? Does anybody know what's going on? Again, this will just take like 2 seconds. 2 seconds, and then we'll just pile it in here with our little assembly station. Our tongs down here. Oh, shit. Oh, well. I don't know, guys, about the nori. Rebecca, sorry, man. Looking at the nori question. I think I would assemble them one at a time. I'm not sure, like, how the rice will soak into the nori. It should, maybe it'll be okay. I don't know. These are almost ready. By the way, don't do it like this unless you're used to, like, first of all, you couldn't do this in butter. The nice thing about ghee is it has a much higher smoke point than, okay, that's good. That's good. Left turns only, right? I think, yeah, I think this is the kind of thing you want to prepare and eat in the moment. I feel like these are done. I've got some good curl here. They're feeling a little bit tender. They're going to be hotter than stink. Yeah, these are going to be fun to roll up, eh? Normally I would use proper tongs, but I forgot to bring them down. This is working. This is working. Also, don't use metal tongs in a non-stick pan. Or kitchen tweezers or whatever you want to call these things. Yeah, look at the color. Those look awesome. Okay, let me see if I can get this in the stove without burning myself. Fantastic. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled programming. I am going to grab hold of, I'm going to grab hold of the carrots last. Okay, so you go with a little bit of spinach. Ooh, that's a lot. And I always, you know, when I do these, I always overestimate like how much filling they can take. Oh shit, ow. Definitely not a YouTube for Kids channel tonight. And then we just give this a roll. Come on. Okay. That is the biggest mini kimbap I've ever seen. So you can see here, guys, I didn't quite get sealed. So you know what I'm gonna do? There's no rules here. I'm gonna double roll this sucker. I'm gonna start here. Go around. Let's see if I can get this guy to seal up. Maybe not. Nope. Okay. So, less filling. Or longer nori. Okay. That's experiment number 1. Let's get another one. Let's get another one going. And I'll see if I can't get them, I'm gonna just make them a lot smaller. I had too much filling in that one. It was actually like busting open. You know what? We're gonna do a taste test in just a sec. We'll taste one of these, and of course, I also just put too much rice on this one. Okay, let's try that again. Little radish, less spinach, less carrots. Okay, this is going better. Yeah, okay. So there you go. This guy's sealed up. Kind of. I'm gonna put him seam side down. That's me cheating the seal, but it seems like this kind of went together. Now you do want, I don't have it hanging out the ends. I think that this is like, it shouldn't be like stuck in the ends there. So remind me next time that you want it overhanging. Now we're gonna do a taste test because I don't want to look at this tragic little kimbap. So there you go, guys. Mini kimbap. Okay, it's absolutely delicious. And the crunch, wow. Definitely a winner. Okay, I'm going to put this aside while we do a couple more of these. And then we're moving on. Okay. So if you're doing this at home, I would use, I'd make my nori sheets bigger. Like, I know I cut these in quarters, but I would cut them like, well, obviously I'd cut them like just so I had more roll room, if that makes sense. And maybe not use quite as much rice. Even though every time I do this, I do too much rice. Okay. It's quite a delicious snack. It's very refreshing. It's got wonderful texture. It's nice and crunchy. I'm a big fan. The pickled radish is wonderful. Oh yeah, we wanted it sticking out, remember? There. Hanging out the ends. It's like the scrubs of, whatchamacallit, Korean street food. Hanging out beside his best friend's car, however that goes. Alright. And this is just coming apart. There we go. Feel better about this one. Tucked in there. There. I think I should quit while I'm ahead, guys. I really feel. I'm going to make up some more of these after stream, but we're running a little bit late. Not that we have a time limit. So there you go. This is what I wanted to see. Got hanging out the ends, and it was funnier, but like, I'm working with what I got here. So there you go. I'm going to save these because we're going to dip them in the, whatchamacallit, when we're done. So I'm going to put the nori aside, and we are moving on to Korean toast, which I'm really excited about. I said to put those aside, I have no idea where. Let's just tuck them over here for now. Give me a sec to write this down, guys. Be right back. Okay, so that's my station for later when I want to put it all together. Here we go. There you go. We're a team. Okay. So Korean street toast. I have been looking forward to this all day. Start with a bowl. We still need to, now we need the other part of the carrot, and we need a really small julienne for this one. And you'll see why in a second. I'll explain why in a second. If I don't explain why, can somebody just remind me? But it is important that you get these like pretty thin. Okay, and I want like, maybe it's that much. I feel like I need more than that. Okay, we're going to start with these guys. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Well, pretty thin matchsticks here. Is that enough? Just thinking out loud, guys. I want a little more, and you'll see why in a sec. This will all make sense in a second. I want like, yeah, that much. Yep, much better. Okay, that's our carrots. And we want a little cabbage, same thing. I'm just gonna take like, I don't need a ton, so I'm just gonna take the corner off there. Cabbage is really easy to julienne because it's already like, it's already layers. So just wanna like, don't rush when you do this, guys, it's not a race. Especially with like a very sharp knife. That's enough. Yep. It's good, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. I want some more green onion. Did I save any green onion? Ooh, speaking of stirring, hang on, let's do this. There we go. Some of this guy. So it's, I don't want, what do I want here? Maybe this part of it? Yeah, there we go. I want a little green onion in this. A little extra flavor. A little bit more than that, maybe. That seems good. And it goes. The giant onion does return. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this, and a little bit of pepper. We're going to season this. And I'm going to put in a pinch of gochugaru. You could use cayenne there, anything to just give it a little bit of a kick. Again, sans mat, we're using our hands, taste from the hands. Okay. Okay, I can actually put this away. Put the key out. Here. Now, into this, we crack 2 eggs. 1, 2. And now you don't want to get your hands in the raw egg, so we're going to stir this into our egg mixture. Perfect. We're almost ready to assemble this. You can start cooking. Okay, let's get the rest of the things. Oh, we don't need the rice anymore. We are going to need a big pan. All right, give me 2 seconds, guys. Wipe things down here. Get a little messy. I'm a little lax on stream with keeping my workspace clean because I don't want to just be cleaning in front of you guys all the time, but it is important. So, okay, so this Korean toast, it's basically a sandwich. You'll see as it goes together, but you want to find thick. This is Texas Toast by Wonder Bread. You want 2 big thick pieces of white sandwich bread. Do not sully this recipe by using bread that has any nutritional value. That's not what this is about, as will become very clear in just a second. Oh, the thinly sliced carrots. Yes. Okay. So yes, they're sliced because you'll see when we cook them up, that egg mixture is going to get fried in the pan, and the carrots need to cook at the same time, like in the same amount of time as the eggs. So if they're too thick, your eggs will be overdone. Your eggs will be overdone by the time the carrots are cooked through. Okay. I want a good film on the bottom here. Let's move this around. Oh, one. Get it good and drenched there. Okay. I'm gonna build this on a plate. Yeah, this is street food, guys. You know, like, this is not a nutritious snack. I'm sure there are some nutrients in it. Like, don't get me wrong. And we want to keep this going. I do want, like, yeah, let's see, it's soaked up all the ghee on me. Can't have too much butter, right? There we go. Get in there. Yeah. This is not something I would eat every morning for breakfast. Maybe every other day. I was also kind of excited when I saw this. When I saw it was whoa, it's too hot. When I saw it was a toast recipe, I thought I was finally going to have an excuse to buy a toaster. But of course, you just toast it in the pan. Really hot pan. Okay. Spread a little more butter on the top here. Just direct application, I think, is correct now. Sometimes you just gotta, yeah. See, look at that. You got a dry spot there. That's not gonna fly. Let's check this guy for dry side. Look at that. See, you can see the white spot tells you you don't have enough butter. There we go. And I'm flipping this frequently because, it's hot. I don't want to overdo the toast. Cover up the white spots here. There we go. Oh, look at you. There we go. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at the color. That one's almost done. Any questions on... I was going to ask any questions on toasting bread, but it is kind of straightforward, isn't it? That's the color I want with that one. This one's getting along. It's really hot. Almost. How are you doing? Almost there. It depends on Justin. It depends on the grilled cheese I'm doing. I normally do a thin skim of mayo. So if I'm doing a fancy grilled cheese, and in fact we did an episode on that, I'll toast it dry for 2 minutes on each side, with a good bread, like a sourdough, and then I'll skim it with mayo. The advantage of mayo is it doesn't brown as fast, and your interior cheese gets a chance to melt. I find with butter, it just that one's done. I find with butter, it just gets too dark on the outside before the inside's melted. Okay, this one's almost ready, and you can see I just it's under me, but I'm putting this aside. Almost. That's done. Okay. Now we fry up the egg mixture. Good solid healthy ghee in here. Turn it down just a bit. So here's the trick. We're gonna cook this down. We're gonna like move it around. We want our eggs to start cooking. It's almost like, not quite like scrambled eggs, but once they start to firm up, we wanna make this into like a long rectangle, about twice the size of the bread, because this is gonna get split into like 2 patties, I guess, or halves, or whatever you wanna call it. And they're gonna go on the bread. So you can see here, I'm like, if you want to bring it, bread's hot, but like 1, 2, yeah. I'm gonna shape it out this way just a bit. When this gets a little firmer, I'm gonna cut it in half. And then we're gonna start flipping it. Okay, any questions on what we're doing here? I mean, I kind of feel like this part's straightforward, but... Just a little more solid, and then we're gonna try and like bust this guy in half. There we go. Kind of in half, right? It's not ready to flip yet. Don't want it to bust apart when I flip it. So. No, the toast here, sorry, the toast is under me. We've set it aside for right now. There we go. Nice color. Flip this over. I'm really happy with the way this is going. Okay. Okay. Gonna let this go just like a little longer. And you can see, I don't know if you can see, I can see, the carrots are cooked through because they were nice and small. To further answer your question. No, not quite ready to flip yet. How is this one doing? Not quite ready either. Okay. Go up on the heat just a tad. Hard to tell what the other bottom side looks like, you know? No, still not there. Okay. I feel like this one's not getting as cooked. It's not. Do that. Oh, and then I'll stir our, wow, this looks so good. I'm going to shout out, Serena, can I trouble you to bring down a fork and a spoon, please, for the taste test? Ooh, hot. There we go. Good color. Good color on both sides. Yeah, we're done. Okay. Now, I'll show you guys how to assemble this. Well, we're actually not done yet. Can you believe it? We're not done yet. So this goes on here. This goes on top. Now, this is sugar, and you can go, I'm going to go light on it, but I saw them just like bombing the sugar on here. We all work for McDonald's now. Okay, then we want, this is sliced black forest ham. Thank you. We want 2 of those. Actually, this is really thin. Maybe I'll do 3. Can I get a 3rd one out here? Yeah, let's make this hearty. Can't ruin the can. Serena Cameo, yes. Ooh, hot. Okay, those are almost crisped up. I like the way this is going. Where my tongs go. Okay, great. Now we kind of want to like stack these guys up. And just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, you got like a Kraft single right on top. Ooh, right on top there. Just in case you thought this sandwich was going to have any kind of integrity whatsoever. I just want that to melt. A little advanced cleanup here. Does anybody, I'm old, does anybody actually know where that quote comes from, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water? It was the tagline for Jaws 2. And I saw both of them in the theater, because I am old. Okay. Cheese I feel is almost done. Gonna let it go just like a hair longer. It's melty. Okay, so that goes on top. That. That. We're almost at taste test time now. Not done yet though. Not done just yet. And you know what? I want to cut this in half for you guys so you guys can like see through it. So I'm actually probably just going to eat it off the thing here. Don't need the plate after all. Oh, like a little bit of mayo. Okay, a lot. And of course, oh, I just sprayed ketchup in my eye. This thing just went off like a grenade in my hand. A little bit of ketchup. Top this sucker. There we go. Wipe up the cutting board. And as promised, let's just whack this sucker in half so we can have a look. Voila, look at that. Does not look amazing? We're gonna find out in a second. Mmm. It's so ridiculous. It's so good. Yeah. It's funny. It literally tastes like a diner. I don't know how to explain it. It tastes like a diner. It tastes like Sunset Grill. If restaurants had a taste, this was it. Serena, come down for the other half. I'm never going to get through it anyway. You got to try this. Oh, this is hilarious. It's so hilarious. So, I highly recommend this one, guys. It's fun to make, and it's actually really easy. Like, you know, you could do this yourself in the morning super quick. And in fact, I think this is going to be a breakfast staple around here. Maybe not every day, as I said, because, you know, like, so funny. Yeah. So I want to go on and try the other things, but this is just so hilarious. It's so good. Everything's perfectly cooked. Hang on. Okay. Any questions on Korean street toast before we move on? If we can move on. It's like a, I don't even know how to describe it because it's got like elements of like a Western sandwich in it. Although there's no green pepper. Damn, I don't want to tell you guys. This is hilarious. I love it. It's really good. Yeah, just Black Forest ham. Not even the good stuff. It was like from Ziggy's. You could probably use any kind of sliced ham. Although I will say, I was a little skeptical because the ham I got was sliced like really thin, like shaved almost. But it worked out really well because it took on a really nice, took on a lot of color in a very short period of time. Okay, I'm going to put that aside or I won't be able to eat anything else. Let's get on to round 2. We got a bowl here. So let me show you what the tteokbokki looks like. This is where we're at right now. Kind of looks like, I don't know what this looks like. Okay, where's my ladle? This better be good because I got a lot of it, you know? Okay, I'm never going to eat that much even. Want some of the good stuff. Okay. So we're going to try it straight up. I've got my little like kimbap to get dipped in it. Let's see where we're at. Really need a haircut. Holy shit. So it is quite a bit spicy. It's delicious. It is not, okay, so it is very spicy, but it's not like that's the only thing you can taste. It actually has a lot of like depth of flavor. It's quite complex. You can taste like, it's like an umami bomb, that's for sure. I think the fish cakes, honestly, I think they kind of function like fish sauce in a way, in Thai cooking. They don't taste fishy at all, and the dish doesn't taste even a little bit fishy. Like you can't, there's no seafood hint to this at all, but it does have a really deep, rich flavor. So, really, really good. Okay, let's try the dip thing because I was curious about that because you're like, dip that in. Oh, it fell apart. These are just great on their own. I can see the appeal of dipping, but no, Rebecca, I like it like this. I wouldn't cut back. If I was serving this to other people, I might cut back a bit. But I think this is great just the way it is. As I said, okay, it's spicy. It's not like blow your head off spicy. These are great. I'm a big fan of these. Sorry. Now I'm just eating. Okay, so we did 3 dishes tonight. Excuse me. I really like them all. Excuse me. Damn. Spinach. Okay. Any questions? I don't even have a favorite. Although I have to say, this was just like awesome. This is awesome in concept. And by the way, I sort of compiled from my notes. This is made a whole bunch of different ways. I saw these things made with where they made like the giant square omelet, and then they put the sandwich and they like wrapped the egg, like a thin egg envelope around the whole thing. Tteokbokki. Here, I'll put it. Let me see if I can put it in the chat, because it's impossible to pronounce. Can I do this? Yeah, I can cut and paste. I know how to do this. Here's the chat. Oh, can I paste? Yeah. Oh, but I can't hit enter. Oh, send. Did that work? Yes. There you go. And tteokbokki you can make any way you want too, right? And I actually made a very basic version. So a lot of versions I saw had carrots and cabbage in them as well. So you could bulk it out like pretty much with anything you want. Hey Paul, yeah, everything was good tonight. I'll make this sandwich for you next time we're out there. I'm just gonna keep eating it. Okay, guys. I'm gonna hang around for a couple seconds for questions. This was really fun. I highly recommend all of these. I recommend that if you're gonna make these guys, cut your, oh, this one, see, this guy sealed up just fine. I don't know. I highly recommend Ellie making these to go with it, because they're super easy and they're really tasty. A little stringy though. Okay. It's almost like a sushi spring roll or something. I don't even know what to call this. Anyway, not important. So remember, 3 weeks before we meet again. You guys all know me, so feel free to send me any ideas. I have a lot of ideas, but if you're craving something or you want to see something done, I'm happy to do it. I'm feeling like I'm feeling an itch to get back to Italian, so that might be next time. But if you guys really want to see something else, just shoot me a message and let me know. So anyway, guys, it's been really fun tonight. I had a good time. Cheers.